What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode with your boy Phrankleen. What's up? Welcome to another episode. Welcome. Welcome. Right, if you can hear me, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Let me know you can hear me, man. Right, great stuff. So, I'm wearing my merch, right? I don't know, I think the video is showing it the other way around. I'm wearing my merch, Phrankleen. Can you see it properly? Because it's like, from my end, it's showing it the other way around. I don't know why. Nice. So, look in the description. Go and look at the link to my merch, okay? That's my merch. Phrankleen. Support your boy. Anyways, thank you for signing up, joining me on the live feed. Hit the like button, okay? So this one is basically, a brother sent me an email and told me, yes, John Anderson, look in the description for my merch. Ships to every part of the world, okay? It's very straightforward. USA, everywhere you are, you can buy it. Right. So this gentleman sent me an email. This was way before Christmas, and he's been on my back saying, Phrankleen, please share my story. I'd like people to learn from it. So I said yes. So I want to give you a quick background. So this brother is based in the States. I'm not going to name him, for legal purposes and to protect his privacy. So he was the first person to move to the States years ago, and the classic immigrant story. He settled in America, worked hard and all that stuff, and then he went back to Nigeria to get the love of his life, and he brought her to the States. They've been dating before he managed to get visa to America and stuff. So, he promised her that he was going to come back to get her. And then when he managed to kind of regularize his status to an extent, he was able to file for her. She came to the States to join him. Now, when she got to the States, they had married and all that stuff. They started a family, and eventually they had 4 children. 4 beautiful children. So, going was going well. He said, he had a very good job and all that. And he works as an engineer, has a very good salary, very, very good salary. And she sometimes works part-time and all that because she spends time with the kids. And then he said along the line, he had seen like indications that she was getting a bit shifty. So he said sometimes she will pick up the phone, and then like a certain phone call, he would notice, like in everyday life, she would dash to the bathroom, and like somebody's text her, she quickly turns the phone upside down. Said they had a few arguments, but that feeling when in your mind, it happens to people. You really just want peace to reign when the other party is saying, oh, it doesn't mean I'm cheating on you. Oh, I just wanted to, take a call. And then they flip the script on you and say, oh, do I need your permission to speak to whomsoever? Maybe you're the one doing X, Y, Z, blah, blah, blah. And then you kind of cave in, not because you're stupid, But sometimes, you know, you're a family man, you got a bunch of young kids, you got everything, there's a layers of complexity. You're not trying to ruin your marriage, but then again, your brain is working, you're reading between the lines, you're looking at the movement of your partner, you have your suspicions, right? But then you lean back. Okay, I'm gonna let it go, especially if it's not cut and dry, like you caught him or you caught her, you know, having an affair with someone else. So he said they had massive arguments because he just noticed that you didn't used to do this. Why? Who is the person that called you? You rushed to like maybe the back garden or like the bathroom or some other room to talk, and then if a text message comes in, you know, she'll cover the phone, and you know. So he started having this sneaky suspicions, but you know, the years go by. They had the fourth child, and somebody's distracting me here. It's only a malt drink. This is not endorsed, okay? Why do people think I'm drinking on the live session? I don't mess with alcohol like that. I don't. It's just a soft drink. Anyways, as I was saying before I got interrupted, I do apologize. The gentleman said they started having issues and all that stuff. And then, long story short, he went somewhere. I don't want to mention the city. I'm trying to be careful for legal reasons. So he said one day, she told him via text that she was in a certain part of the town. And then he was able to connect the dots because he had seen some WhatsApp message when her phone was on charge and stuff like that. He then drove to another part of the town and he clocked her. And guess who he clocked his wife with? It was his younger brother. You notice how I started the story. I didn't mention the guy has a... So he had helped his own sibling at some point to come to the state, his own younger brother, which was also years ago. He's settled in America and all that. So he clocked them from a distance. He had somebody else with him. Long story short, he started the underground investigation and was watching them and all that. And then he clocked and realized that it appeared that she was having an affair with his younger brother. He was going to do that, you know, as an African dude. He was going to blaze out and get there and sort of knock the dude out, like, what are you doing with my woman? What's going on here? Blah, blah, blah. But he had a couple of friends with him that said to him, hold fire. Don't be quick to, you know, jump into action and stuff. Let's watch. Be in a stealth mode. Because he also said at some point, the lovemaking had dwindled, the sort of, you know, burnt out and stuff like that. But anyway, put that aside. Lovemaking on the shelf for a moment. So he started watching, and then that prompted him to then, you know, he talked to a few guys. A few men with brains just sat him down. Now, dude, don't go for the violence option. This is America. You do something crazy, you get arrested, you might get banged up in prison, you lose your engineering career, you lose your life, you blah, blah, blah. So, first of all, to clear any doubts, go and get a DNA test done, right? So, this brother said discreetly he did a paternity test on all his 4 children. And here comes the bang. He soon found out that 3 of the children do not belong to him, which is the second born. The second born belongs to this man. You can imagine that, man. I digress. If it was someone like me, man, I'd have ripped my shit to... What? To stay calm in those circumstances, and you have to go home and see that woman and pretend and smile and... Man, that's crazy. Long and short, he found out that 3 of those children do not belong to him. So they escalated the suspicions, and then he went to the next level. His friends were connecting the dots, and they were saying there was a very high possibility that she's been messing with his younger brother, right? So he was like, nah, it can never be. So they calculated when he filed for his younger brother who had come from, you know, Nigeria years ago. And basically, when he filed for the younger brother, the younger brother was already in the States when they had the first child. So the friends were very good. They were connecting the dots and telling him that, man, there was a very high possibility that your younger. So he then said he was able to, I mean, this is illegal, and I'm not suggesting anyone does it. I don't know how he did it. He didn't explain to me, but he was able to hack the woman's phone, maybe a passcode or whatever, and he then saw plethora of WhatsApp messages that date back. The guy said somebody then taught him how to download them and stuff, basically exposed everything. So he confronted his wife, and of course, everything broke loose. The brother knew. He fled from town because they live in the same parts, in the same states, pretty much the same city, right? So all hell broke loose. But see what this conniving, evil woman did. She filed because this brother's done well for himself. He has a very good job. He an engineering career. You know, he's doing bloody good for himself. He owns the house and all that stuff. She flipped the script on him, filed for, filed for divorce and all that stuff. So it should be said that he emphasized in the email to me that, like anybody else, a lot of people just get on with their everyday life. You haven't got a clue with the justice system or the judicial process and stuff like that. So when everything started, he started getting letters from lawyers and all that stuff. And he said, first of all, he moved out because people advised him to because of claims of violence and all that stuff. So he quickly moved out. He went to stay with one of his friends several miles away and stuff, and he would drive and stuff like that. And then to cut the long story short, he said up until now, he's unable to effectively explain, all the dirty dealings that happened. Of course, if she's gotten a lawyer, she's pulled a fast one on you. So what they've done is they've gone behind his back, and he said the law firm that she used is like a really big law firm and stuff that he even tried, his friends tried to help him raise money to get a lawyer and stuff. And even his lawyer was saying, oh, that law firm, they are known for such and such and such. They are sharks. They rub shoulders with the judges. That's what the lawyers do, man. It's divorce and all these things they're filthy games. So long and short was, they put child support on this brother for 4 children. I'm sure you're watching this and you're thinking, what the hell? Child support for 4 children. So he has been fighting tooth and nail, with the DNA evidence. I mean, if you ask me, even if you ask a child, anyone would say, oh, come on, man, with the DNA evidence, if you go to court, everything should be in black and white, blah, blah, blah. You show them, the judge would look at it, they would accord you or give you a fair process, and then, they would basically throw the woman's case out of the court. But unfortunately, for those of you that know, the justice system is absolutely filthy. It's the same in the States. It's the same here. It's the same in most parts of the world, man. So basically, because of course you can imagine him raising 4 children, right? And birth certificate and all that stuff. He doesn't, well, if it's in Texas, he doesn't live in Texas, but I'm trying not to name the states. As you know, different states have their laws and legislations. I'm trying not to give out much information for, I don't want any complications because I don't know who watches my channel and I don't want to put that brother in a problem. So, which is why I go anonymous on very private information, sorry. So he said, he then later found out that there has been several court hearings, what's it called? There's been several court hearings that have occurred behind his back that he wasn't notified of. He wasn't told anything. So he went to the court and he's been trying to challenge everything. And he let the court know that he's got, first of all, he said his lawyers at some point abandoned the case. What I know is, I'm not a lawyer, but what I know is The moment you have a case, you have a strong case, usually you got evidence, it's black and white and stuff. When your lawyer suddenly bails on you, suddenly drops your case without any clear-cut explanation or reason, that just tells you, there's a fraud within the judicial process that's gone on. So the bigger law firm in the background must have called your lawyer and say, hey, dude, hands off that case. It's as simple as that. So this guy's got 4 children that he's paying child support to. And it's evil. It's life-shattering. But this case, unfortunately, do you know what? This prompted me, actually. This email prompted me, because I don't live in the States. I live here in the UK. And I also understand there is child support and all that here, but I know it's a lot harsh in America. So it prompted me to do some research. And I realized that there are some states in America whereby the criminality that goes on around child support is absolutely unbelievable, because I believe the state also takes a cut from that money. It's just pure, straightforward fraud. And this one thing that infuriates me is a court of law is where you're meant to get remedy, right? You bring your palaver. A judge is meant to sit there, look at the case here, look at the case here, and then, based on the evidences, apply his or her judicial prowess and hopefully rule sensibly. And then, one party wins, one party loses. If the other party believes that, the judge erred in law or done something that's against their rights, you have the right of appeal, blah, 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 until the case is finalized. But it's not always cut and dry like that. The justice system is filthy. I'm talking from experience. There's a lot of frauds going on. And you have women like this. This is my point. You have women. And believe me, this is not a case that's just unique to this brother. There are tons of men whose lives have been destroyed. Remember I said to you that prompted me to research. I actually found several case studies of men, white, black, blue, green, in the States that are paying for child support, are unable to wriggle away from the system, paying for child support for children that don't belong to them, children that don't have their DNA. That's just nothing but plainly evil. There are even people that got jailed for refusing to pay such child support. Yeah, there are people that would, you would revolt and say, I'm not paying for this. These kids are not mine. And imagine on top of that, you pick up a criminal record, you get banged up in prison. Yep. So this guy, they go into his paycheck and, you can imagine, he's paying for four children. I mean, one of them, his. 3 don't belong to him. Yes, they've got his name on the, what do you call it? On the birth certificate. Some people might argue, oh, you don't know what happened between the man and the woman. That's not the point here. I mean, I'm not bothered. I'm not going to inundate you with all of those details. In these circumstances, how they got to the point where relationship got to an end, it's almost irrelevant, right? He gave an insight, but it's the action. The woman herself knows. So the guy then said, finally confirmed, he has actually confirmed that the 3 children belongs to his younger brother. It's crazy, man. We live in a crazy world. There's no, I don't know. The best advice I'm going to give to this brother, he explained to me that he's broke. And I think he, and another unfortunate thing is, if you try to say, oh, you're going to resign your job, you're not going to pay, the child support. America, sending people to prison is like going to a candy shop, man. They don't play. They just bang you up. So he's working. He has nothing to live off. The home has been stolen off him. He's lost all his money. He's lost virtually everything. His younger brother is the father to the 3 children. And you know what? The younger brother is also married, but he has 2 children by his own wife. So the whole thing is, you know, is been exposed now. And he said the younger brother's wife has actually moved out when she found out. He said she's moved out and she's moved to a different state. She's filed for divorce. Karma. You know what they say about karma? He only found out. He said he's the younger brother's wife. The wife couldn't. That's a good woman. The wife couldn't. Basically, that's an evil man. That's your older brother's wife. You lay with her and you have 3 children. I don't get it. Shagging your brother's wife is bad enough. Having 3 children. I don't know what point you're trying to prove. I don't know what Oscar you're trying to win. Maybe there's an Olympics for sleeping with your sibling's partner. I don't know. Maybe there's a special type of award ceremonies for that I'm unaware of. It's just messy, absolutely crazy. But what these things do is they destroy the life of the innocent. Some people might be unable to recover from this. It's just absolutely nuts. Hey, man, I know it's a horror story, but unfortunately, it's somebody else's reality. And, they've asked me to share their story that maybe somebody can learn from it. What's the best advice I can give this brother? This is from my own point of view. Keep fighting, bro. Keep fighting. I believe you will get justice. Keep fighting. Don't give up. Because I said to him I was going to make a video anyway. Don't give up. You will get justice. I don't think anyone should pay for kids that don't belong to you. And just because because basically I thought those were my children. So I soon realized that they don't even belong to me. I've been defrauded. So you're going to use that fraudulent misrepresentation, impose that on me, and make me pay for another man's children. Listen, before I end this, there's 165 people watching. This is my merch. This is how you can support my channel. Go in the description below. You can buy hoodies. You can buy a t-shirt. I've got different colors. Ladies, I've got tights for you that can hold on to your body in the very sexy way as possible. Imagine you show my tights, my merch to your partner, and your partner sees Phrankleen on it. He'll probably say, girl, get your backside into that bedroom. I'm joking. Look in there and buy my merch and show your support, man. And if you want, there's a link to my PayPal. Show your love. Send me your stories to foodchannel1960@gmail.com. Foodchannel1960@gmail. I'm just trying to sell my product, man. People are laughing. Look. Have you ever worn a t-shirt this sexy? No, you're probably wearing a t-shirt that doesn't even look as good. Look. Just look at that sexy. Look at that brother's name. Come on, man. Show your brother some love and go buy my merch, man. Look in the description and go and buy my merch. I love you, man. Thank you for listening out. Listen. If you want to share your stories, also, I've said it before, if you want to advertise your business, I enjoy very, very good, reasonable amount of traffic. People that watch my content, I'm thankful. If you want to advertise your business on my channel, you want exposure for your product and services, of course, we don't do porn and all the gambling and all that crap, okay? But, good stuff that you want a target audience for, send me an email, let's talk business, okay? It's your boy, Phrankleen. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I will definitely catch you in the next one. Peace and love. Bye-bye.